Hi friends, welcome to my channel. My name is Mary Grace, and today we are continuing on and actually finishing up season 1 of Bridgerton. We are watching the last 2 episodes today. Last time, my goodness, shit went down. Everything hit the fan, and everyone's having issues with everyone. It was a bit of a journey. Daphne and Simon got married. Daphne did not learn how babies are made. Violet did not do a good job of teaching her anything about the birds and the bees. And since Simon said that he couldn't have children and not that he would not have children, Daphne believed that it was something biological, some sort of condition that he had, that he was sterile and not able to have children. And she found out after their very brief honeymoon that that was not true. When Daphne figured that out, she got very mad and she did something that I think is really messed up. And that's kind of where they ended off, arguing after what could have been a conversation and ended up being a fight. So, once again, communication is key. They are not showing that. Or rather, they are showing it, they're not communicating. And then we have Marina and Colin. Colin proposed to Marina at Daphne and Simon's wedding after she used her feminine wiles to try and seduce him, and he said no because clearly he's not overtaken with passion. Otherwise, he would have compromised her and they would have had to get married. But Penelope also tried to be like, hey, Colin, Marina's in love with someone else. Don't marry her. And Colin was like, I don't care. And Marina was like, oh, nobody wants me. And Colin was like, I'll save you. And it was a whole big mess. And then at the very end, it was revealed via Lady Whistledown that Marina has been pregnant the entire time. And that is how Colin found out, right before they were about to run off to Scotland to go to Gretna Green and elope. Thankfully, Whistledown came out in time. We also saw at the end of the last episode that Penelope and Eloise, not really made up, but they're back together because Pen got her heart broken by Marina, doing all of this to Colin. And she went over into the Bridgerton's garden and just broke down crying, and Eloise ran over to her and gave her a hug and was just like holding her as she was sobbing, and it honestly, it made me tear up in a way that I never thought it would, that it hasn't in the past. Maybe it's just because I love them so much together and I want them to be besties forever and ever. So that's where everyone is currently at, and we're gonna see where that all takes us with season 1, episode 7 of Bridgerton, called Oceans Apart.
Would you please ask Miss Nolan if my personal effects have yet been removed from the Duke's bedchamber and placed in the Duchess's rooms?
Would you please inform her Grace that I will allow no such thing?
The poor footman!
We must pack straight away.
Yes, Your Grace.
What has happened?
My brother seems to have been embroiled in scandal. I must return to see my family immediately. They will need me.
I will accompany you.
This is a family matter.
Oh! She said, family, my family.
Please request that His Grace prepare his largest carriage. I shall require my space.
Yeah, they clearly can't stand to be around one another right now. They're both so angry and they're not willing to have a conversation about anything.
I'm sorry, my lady, but we are full. This is an emergency. The young lady's child will have nowhere else to go. Must make exceptions on occasion.
I should be able to procure room if one were to make a sizable donation.
They have no money!
Evening, everyone.
Dearest. What are you doing here, Daph? Should you not be frolicking in newlywed bliss?
Yeah, about that.
Hastings must surely be cursing the Bridgerton name for this.
No, for some other things, though.
Oh, once the Tarns see that we still have the favour of the Duke and the Duchess, then the whispers may very well cease. And we shall go about our daily lives as if nothing has happened.
Or pretending that nothing is amiss is the perfect way to lure the ignorant into submission. Is it not, Mama?
Oh, everyone's like, Daphne, what's going on?
If we are lucky, our return to London will give everyone So much to talk about, they simply have no breath left to discuss other matters.
I'm so very glad this has all been settled on my behalf.
Yeah, that would piss me off too, though. Everyone's like, okay, no, here's what we're gonna do, and Colin has literally no say about anything. But he wouldn't have had a say about anything even if he did marry Marina. So, I don't know.
When I think of her, I only want to be near her, to be with her, despite all reason otherwise.
But have they really had a connection? Have they talked about anything really of substance?
Perhaps I can arrange a rendezvous. Chaperoned, obviously.
I would appreciate that. You will see, my passions are not in vain.
What passions? Where are the passions, Colin? I have yet to see a single passion from you regarding Marina. Honestly, Daphne and Simon could learn a little thing or two from Colin. Colin wants to have a conversation with Marina. Communication is key. Simon and Daphne refuse to have a conversation about anything.
Not 3 weeks since we were wed, yet already you imagine me disloyal.
Is it such a wild imagining? You both know your reputation, Your Grace. It is clear that you find there is nothing left in our marriage.
Nothing left.
They just need to take their walls down and actually talk. Like, everything they're saying is, like, so vague and, like, laced with so many implications and so many, like, hidden meanings. They just need to have a real, true, honest conversation with their walls down. And they'll be able to get through it.
Oh, Simon. I wouldn't.
But instead, they're doing this. They're gonna pretend nothing's wrong and have sex on the stairs.
Should we go into the bedroom? Finish what we started? What is to become of us? Simon.
If you are with child, then I shall stay and do my duty to support you both.
And if I'm not?
Then we shall remain married, in name only.
Damn.
This will not happen, do you understand me?
That we no longer trust each other?
Not even 3 weeks of marriage, and they're already saying, okay, we're gonna separate ourselves. That door is cut in half in a very weird way, and I do not like it.
What she wrote, it cannot be true.
But it is.
You are with child. I do not understand. We were to be wed. You said you loved me.
Colin,
Oh.
I hold you in the greatest esteem.
Esteem?
Oh, it hurts.
I did not come here to be shamed by you, nor anyone else.
He's not trying to shame you, he's hurt. Which, like, what else did you expect? He was gonna find out eventually.
You may think me a villain, but I did what I thought I must. No one ever truly helped me, or guided me in a different direction. I had no choice.
Ugh. Penn tried to help you, though.
You wish to know the cruelest part of your deception. If you had simply come to me and told me of your situation, I would have married you without a second thought.
Yeah, he would've, because he wants to save people. Ugh. I think he convinced himself that he was in love with her because he wanted to save her. It's like when she was dancing with Rutledge and Penelope was like, oh, she just wants to be rescued. He was like, okay, I'm gonna go rescue her. Like, he wanted to be her savior. So he would have married her no matter what, you know? She was just in the worst position. And, like, I mean, honestly, it's for the best for Colin that he found out now. But, like, truly, if she had been surrounded by anyone other than Mrs. Featherington, she probably could have found a way to, like, not have to do that, you know?
I have 100 guineas wagered on there being a Hastings heir within the year. Are you yet with child?
We have certainly been devoting our energies to the endeavour, Your Majesty. We should hope to see our Queen soon satisfied.
See to it that you do.
He is such a little actor. Are you kidding me?
Your duplicity comes so naturally.
I seem to have learnt from the best.
Oh, shut up. You both are doing it. This is terrifying. Eloise is so in over her head with this.
Your Majesty. Whistledown, I tasked you with unmasking the scandalmonger.
Believe me, I am intent on locating her, and I'm angry at myself for having not yet uncovered her identity. But I was thinking...
Clearly not fast enough. My patience has limits.
Queen Charlotte, she is a 17-year-old girl. Not even out in society. How much do you think she's gonna know? Truly, not enough.
I've not had a caller in 3 days. My mother swears we are ruined. But what of Colin? Is he in pieces from the news?
His pride is wounded, but he will be quite well. The gentlemen always are in these matters,
But Penn only cares about Colin being okay.
To have been so duped by that scheming hussy.
Oh, shut up, Portia.
To think that Miss Thompson would take advantage of my kindness after I opened my home to her.
I smell bullshit coming from Portia Featherington.
Lady Featherington, I must ask you to leave.
But I haven't.
Yeah, Brimsley, you kick her out. Sorry, Penn, sorry, girls, but this is all Portia's doing, so.
My marriage is far from perfect.
Well, then, share your thoughts. Perhaps I can offer my wisdom.
Or perhaps you will send me off with more vague metaphors and trite remarks.
I mean, she does have a right to be angry with her mom, though. Violet did not prepare her at all.
If you had informed me about the things that were truly important, if I'd have known the truth, then perhaps I...
Oh.
It is the heat.
Yeah.
The Duchess is quite overcome.
Oh.
For what it is worth, I am sorry. Your brother is a sweet boy.
You do not need to. I came here to apologize to you.
Because she kind of understands her.
I wish it had not happened this way.
You are certainly not the only one.
But Daphne's the only one who's going to show her any kind of kindness.
I fancied myself in love.
You were.
Courses stopped, and I found myself with child and alone.
I hear General Langham and his wife are in London. Perhaps I could speak to him. Or her, and have Sir George found.
You truly think you can do this?
I assure you, Miss Thompson. I'm quite capable of doing more than you think.
Oh, Marina. Gosh, my heart feels for her so much. Because, like, I understand why she did what she did. But, like, it's just so rough, you know? Her whole situation is so complicated and so layered.
I'm not here to invest. I have a more lucrative proposition in mind. Say for you and I to come to some arrangement as to the outcome of your next fight.
Featherington, when are you gonna learn? Literally anything.
You agree to throw your next match, and I'll make such a wager on your opponent that even half my winnings will set you and your family up for life.
My honor is not for sale.
Damn, he's so sketchy. Featherington has done nothing good this whole season.
I merely ask that you have a think on it, at the very least.
But when you have a lord coming to you, like a baron, a lord, a titled member of society coming to you, basically saying, I can promise you a future, how do you not contemplate it instead of like struggling for the rest of your lives? Oh yes. Oh, I love it. We're going to a rager at Lady Danbury's house.
Welcome to my den of iniquity.
I love Lady Danbury so much. This is exactly what I would do. If I were a widow, I would just throw huge parties for all the married ladies, all of my friends. I'd be like, girls, come over. Let's drink and play games.
We shall teach you the rules.
First a woman takes her wedding vows, then we gamblers take her virtue.
If her husband has left any to be taken.
I love them!
There is a soldier in service I'm hoping to find for a friend. Do you think your husband might be able to assist me?
You will have to ask that of him yourself. He is so rarely at home.
I'm so sorry.
Whatever for? It is quite the ideal situation. To live a separate life to one's husband. I am afforded all the freedoms of marriage while bearing none of the burden of his company.
I mean, it's different when you're actually in love with your husband.
I know my sister quite well. And while she is an unusually capable woman, she's not capable of fucking up this severely.
Oh! I mean, It is both of them that messed up.
I am trying to be a man of my word. I am trying to keep
the wrong vow.
What is most unfortunate is the fact that your father was so absent. He never gave you a proper example of how to lead a household.
Don't talk about his dad. He's got lots of daddy issues. More than you, Anthony.
You certainly make it look difficult.
Okay. They went from being besties to being enemies to being besties again to being enemies again.
Do you think he's looking down on you now? Ashamed? Mortified at what you have done? I wonder what would the former Viscount say?
That's worse, Simon. That's so bad. You knew that would hit him where it hurts. Oh. Maybe Simon's daddy issues aren't quite as bad as Antony's. No, they both have really bad daddy issues. They're just different. They're on like two different ends of the daddy issue spectrum. That was brutal.
Seems I became a little too rough training with Will.
Yeah, Will. Definitely not me beating the shit out of your brother. You just need to have a conversation. See, instead of making out, which it looks like you're about to do, talk. Yeah, nope, they're gonna make out instead. Alright.
My father cared more about the continuation of the Hastings line than anything in the world.
You don't have to be like him, though.
And so I made a vow that his efforts would be in vain.
That is not what she was expecting to hear.
You told me that you could not have children. You did not tell me it was some token of revenge against a man who no longer walks this earth.
I swore to him on his deathbed.
And you betrayed me in our marriage bed.
That's hard. Damn. I swore to him on his deathbed and you betrayed me in our marriage bed. Poetry. That's a Taylor Swift lyric if I've ever heard one.
It cannot be undone.
But it can be. It's your choice to undo it. He just has to decide what means more to him, revenge or how he feels about Daphne. And what their life could be, what their futures could be.
In the next few days, you will know then which vow you have broken and how we are to spend the rest of our lives. Miserable, together, perfectly happy apart.
I don't think you would be perfectly happy apart, though. I think they would still be miserable being apart because they do love each other.
You wrote to the general?
Yes.
And did the Duke sign his name as well on this letter?
Well, no. But
she's doing more for you than anyone else is, Marina.
The general will not concern himself to write back to you, Your Grace.
You don't know that. She's a duchess.
You may hurt now, but the pain will pass. You have the love of all your family and the honor of your actions.
Yeah.
Soon you will forget Miss Thompson's name and it will...
You can't say that, though.
It'll be as if you never loved her at all.
I don't think that's the way you should go about it. Saying like, oh, like, it'll be like you never loved her at all. It's okay to have cared about somebody in the past. But you grow and you move past it and you become a new version of yourself.
I would simply like to understand your situation.
He said he wants to be an ally.
I'm in love with Lord Weatherby.
You're married?
And our marriage affords my wife her freedoms and protections. It is a happier union than most of the people in this room have, I assure you.
Facts.
What about honor? Romance?
What would you know of either?
He has romance with Lord Weatherby.
I risk my life every day for love. You have no idea what it is like to be in a room with someone you cannot live without. And yet still feel as though you are oceans apart. It takes courage to live outside the traditional expectations of society.
This is honestly one of my favorite added storylines from season 1. To be able to feel seen in like a period piece. It's so special. And you know that that conversation's gonna come back in Benedict's story too. It all comes together. It's gonna be beautiful, I know it.
I've hired a team of Bow Street runners to do a proper investigation.
Well,
they will
yeah.
unmask Whistledown, and she should be made to pay for her impertinence.
You guys had different end results in mind.
There is still good she must do.
Child, go.
Like, you literally entrusted a child to unearth the name of Lady Whistledown when you could have just hired the Bow Street Runners the entire time. This is not Eloise's fault.
I would like to make a stop and pick up a friend.
A friend? Why are we at the Modiste?
This is my sister Eloise, and we will be dropping her at home.
Benedict literally just said, I've been fucking the Modiste. He is not subtle.
The entire ton were there, and I did not have a single worthwhile exchange.
The entire ton? You mean everyone except for the Featheringtons?
Yes, everyone except. So.
I certainly never want to cross the woman. A word as good as gospel.
They're like, what's happening here? She's just figuring everything out. The gears are spinning in her mind. Marina, what are you doing, girl? Okay, but why would they have things in the pantry that were poisonous? Or maybe there are some things that you can't have when you're pregnant. I don't know, never been pregnant. But you can have tea when you're pregnant, right? As long as there's not caffeine in it. So like herbal tea should be fine, right? I don't know. I know none of that.
Oh. Marina? Can we talk? Marina! 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 Mama!
Okay, clearly something in that was not okay.
I'm here to...
Oh, this is so sad. Oh god, sad moments all around. Oh. Ow. Simon, how can that not, like, break your heart? That's so sad for Marina and so sad for Daphne. I know I was talking about how, like, angry I was with what Marina was doing, but it's because of the situation she was put in. She had no other choice, and I understand that. I still don't agree with what she did, but I completely understand why she did it. Now to feel like you have no other option but to, like, go to such extreme measures to try and ensure that you can have some sort of future, like, that's so hard. That's so, ugh. And she's felt so lonely for such a long time, and she had Penn, and then her and Penn are not seeing eye to eye, but then Penelope finding her like this, it's just, oh, it's so hard. And then Daphne not being able to, like feeling like her one chance of having a child and being a mother, like, to feel like that's gone now. And then just Simon, like, listening to her cry, like, it really is a matter of, like, can he determine whether or not he loves her more than he wants revenge against his dad. And that's a lot. It's a lot to come to terms with. It's a lot to deal with. And we're gonna deal with it in the very next episode, which is the last episode of Season 1 of Bridgerton, Season 1, Episode 8, After the Rain.
Eager matches of the Season of 18.
Why are y'all standing so far apart? You look miserable, and you're standing like you need to be social distancing from each other.
You are permitted to smile, Your Graces.
Yeah, really.
Might you both move a bit closer as well?
God, anyone else could pretend better than the two of you right now.
And as to the matter of the Hastings ball on Friday, Might I count on your attendance?
It seems I have little choice in the matter, seeing as I'm one of the hosts.
It shall be your last such commitment. This time next week, our ruse will be well and truly over.
But it's not a ruse. Not anymore.
His hand on the Duchess's shoulder, so that you both can look as happy as you surely must be.
They're so horny. Once they get skin-to-skin contact, it's over for the two of them.
My word.
Yeah, me
The
too!
very picture of devotion.
And he's painting the picture of devotion of the two of them. Love that.
Where did you meet her?
About town.
At a shop?
Should you not be off somewhere getting ready to attend your very first ball?
This is your own fault, Benedict. You're the one who basically said, hey, guess what? My mistress is Madame Delacroix. That's not subtle at all.
What other places might Madame Delacroix frequent besides her shop?
Many places, Eloise, for her many interests.
You mean her many secrets? Madame Delacroix may not be who you think she is, and consorting with her, well, there may be consequences.
I would have expected this from anyone but you.
But why would you let Eloise, of all people, know? She can't keep her mouth shut for shit.
What are you doing? Mama said you must rest.
That tea has accomplished what I needed it to.
You really think a tea can get rid of your baby?
So that means you are no longer...
With child, I would have felt something by now, I'm certain.
Are you? You've never been pregnant before. How do you know?
But I am sorry for everything I've done and said. You were right about Colin. He is a good man with a good heart. You were very good to him. I am certain one day he will see it.
I am certain too, Marina. I love that they're able to end things on good terms, you know?
Mr. Crane, how delightful to make your acquaintance. I had no idea soldiers such as yourself was coming to town.
It is not George, but his brother, Sir Philip.
My brother George died on the battlefield.
Oh, baby girl.
He was writing to me.
Oh.
To tell me he loved me. To tell me we could run away together and marry and have our child.
Oh, this hurts so much. This poor girl has been through so much.
He loved me.
Yeah. Oh.
All this time he loved me.
Oh my god, this is gonna make me cry.
I thought him a villain.
He didn't abandon her. He loved her. It's so, oh, that's so rough. But she gets to know that she was loved. Like, at least she has that, like, last letter. Even though it's not finished, at least she has that to know that he loved her.
Simon. What did your father do to make you take that vow in the first place?
We do not need to have this conversation.
I think you absolutely do. I think this is the conversation you have needed to have from the very beginning.
I am doing this for your own good.
I can decide for myself.
You'll be better off without me.
No. You're not allowed to make that choice for her. It's just like how she said that she would rather marry you than watch you die on the battlefield. She didn't want to lose you. Like, you have to be able to believe that she cares about you enough to be able to work through all of this.
Win this fight and perhaps we leave this city. We can take our exhibitions all over England if we wish.
To continue living fight to fight. We should be planning for our future, Alice. I cannot fight forever. Perhaps I lose.
Oh.
Perhaps that purse will be enough to keep us happy.
That's just, I mean, that's a matter of figuring out who you trust and how much you trust the word of a man who is so far in debt. I mean, he's incredibly desperate, so maybe it's worthwhile, but you don't want to drag yourself down with him.
My money's on the beast.
Anyone who knows you must know your word is worthless.
Yeah.
You don't need to take my word. Instead, you can take the deed to my house.
That's bold. I mean, that's literally like all he has left. There is literally nothing else. This is the biggest risk he's ever taken and possibly the stupidest.
Marry you? I do not understand.
After my brother clearly took liberties with your virtue, I would merely be doing my duty.
Oh, Sir Philip. It's a good man.
I cannot. I do not know this man. I do not love this man. I cannot marry this man.
Oh God, that would be so hard too, to like know that you loved his brother.
George cared for you very much, Miss Thompson. And that will never change.
Yeah,
But he would have wanted you to be looked after.
that's so true.
Allow me to realize my late brother's wishes.
They're both gonna do that for George. Because they both loved him, and he loved both of them.
I wish you all the best, Miss Thompson.
I think she should have said yes anyways. Right now.
What have you done? That was a perfectly acceptable proposal.
I am no longer with child, Lady Featherington. So it is neither necessary nor acceptable for me to participate in any more unwanted arrangements or disingenuous schemes.
But like, how can she really know? I feel like I would need to be way more sure before I was turning anyone down. Personally. All the letters that Simon wrote to his dad. I mean, I would have done the same thing. Simon refused to talk about it, I would have done the exact same thing. She needed to understand one way or another, and she wasn't getting anything out of him, so I get it. Oh, that was a good one. You can tell that didn't hurt him at all. Oh. That guy kind of looks like my cousin. So sorry, that was a random thought. He just kind of looked like my cousin for a second. Well, Will has made his choice. And I honestly don't think I blame him though.
Did you know about these letters? I had no idea that Simon had trouble speaking as a child.
How could you have done? He worked so very hard to eliminate the difficulty.
And he never talks about it.
Well, he was so very proud. It is why he wrote those letters in the first place.
To keep his father informed of his progress.
To want so desperately to be loved by someone who is supposed to love you, to like beg for it, and to only be told that you're a disappointment. Ugh. God, he wanted a child so badly, but he was not someone who deserved to be a parent.
Simon cannot be any more different from a man such as that.
Of course.
Yeah.
We know that to be true, Your Grace.
But he doesn't. He doesn't know if he would be better. Oh. Ow.
Now we are met, let mirth around, and let the catch and toast go round.
Not his voice catching when he sees Pen. Shut up. I'm gonna cling to everything. As a diehard Pollen fan, I'm clinging to it all. Ooh, she doesn't look great. Ooh.
Miss Thompson?
Uh-oh, she's still pregnant.
You truly believed a tea would rectify the situation, madam?
One can only hope.
To those who may still find themselves out of...
Oh my god, she is so good at the silent tears. Oh my god.
Come with me. Tonight. Sienna, I am a Viscount. My sister is now Duchess, and the Duke, my brother-in-law. There is no one that would dare say a thing.
No, they would say a thing. They look great.
Mr. Granville did seem to omit the grey hair or two I've surely gained from the emotions of the past few weeks.
Perhaps a few wrinkles, too.
Oh, you wound me.
Flirty banter's coming back. I love seeing them laugh again. They've been sad and angry for too long. Eloise still has her journal.
Perhaps you should like to paint a picture.
I love her so much. The Regency era, take a picture, it'll last longer.
If you wish to go up to the library for the rest of the evening, I shall not say a word. Nor shall I blame you. I'm merely glad you came.
Aww. Sisters!
I suppose I should thank you.
Whatever for?
For being so perfect. So I do not have to be.
Oh, that's such a far cry from the beginning when she was like, oh, it must be so tiring to pretend to be perfect all the time. They like understand and like love each other. I love that.
Someone special in here for me, I presume?
Only the best for you, my lord.
Featherington.
Oh my god, I forgot about this. Not the bottle saying poison on it. I totally forgot about that. He's a character I never pay attention to. I totally forgot he gets murdered. Colin and Ted, my babies. Yes, Colin, you make your way to Penelope.
I owe you an apology. I did not see it at first, but I know you were only trying to prevent me from heartache with Miss Thompson, and I was a fool.
You are not a fool. You merely believed yourself in love. One should never apologize for that.
Yeah.
One should declare it. Assuredly. Fervently. Loudly.
Yes! I love them so much.
Colin, I wish to tell you something.
I have something I wish to tell you as well, and I'm leaving.
Ow!
It was actually you who inspired me. You kept reminding me how much I longed for travel. Oh, what was it you wished to say?
I don't remember.
Oh, Pen.
Good luck on your tour.
Oh, now her voice breaking. I love them so much. Pen is such a romantic, and so is Colin, and it's just like a matter of time. It's just a matter of time, and I'm waiting for it.
I imagine she must be coming close to unmasking the author's identity, especially now she has engaged such esteemed counsel.
You have no idea. We shall unmask her this very night.
Of course. Of course you shall. That team of Bow Street runners, that was all your brilliance, was it not?
Well,
Her Majesty's lucky.
Eloise is too smart for her own good, and Brimsley loves tea too much to not spill it.
I need you to take me somewhere straight away.
Miss Eloise.
I have pin money.
I love that footman.
A great deal of it.
He's so handsome. Shut up.
I thought about coming with you tonight. I envisioned myself in your arm, dancing the entire night away. But my imagination was the furthest I could allow myself to go.
Sienna, what are you doing?
What am I doing?
She's letting herself free.
I am looking out for myself. I know that there is no one else who ever will.
Yeah, because your title is always going to come first. Taking care of your family is always going to come first. You need someone that fits that rather than someone who can transform into that.
You need to let me go.
Yeah. It's what's best for both of you, truly.
Lady Whistledown.
Did she find her? Who could it be? I don't know. Not at all.
Go! This is a trap!
What do you think you're doing?
I apologize. I thought you were someone else. Perhaps you might catch up with her.
Haha. You didn't catch her.
We agreed to one dance tonight. A waltz.
I miss dancing with your father. The very last time I danced was with him. At a ball.
Oh.
I suppose I miss everything about him, really.
Oh, this is gonna make me cry. I love Violet so much. She reminds me of my mom.
We chose to love each other every single day. It is a choice, dearest.
That's how you get to have those kinds of loves that last a lifetime, you know?
But knowing that the two of us made the choice to love and to do all that we could. Well, I cannot tell you how much peace and comfort that brings to me. Bridgerton, there is nothing you cannot do.
Yeah! Listen to your mama. I love this. Oh, I love being out in the rain. It's like therapeutic.
Everyone, I believe this evening is complete. We shall thank our gracious host for such a splendid soiree in the morning. Now go.
There you go. Thank you, Lady Danbury.
I know why you made that vow to your father. I found the letters you wrote to him as a child, and I read them.
Daphne.
Just because something is not perfect does not make it any less worthy of love.
Oh, that hits so hard. Oh, say it again for the people in the back.
I am tired of pretending. And I cannot continue acting as if I do not love you.
Oh, it was causing them agony to pretend.
Every scar, every flaw, every imperfection. I love you.
I mean, that's true love.
You can choose to love me as much as I love you.
Yeah.
That cannot be up to anyone else.
Yes.
It can only be up to you.
Yeah. Oh my god, I love them so much. This is such a beautiful declaration of love. Oh, I love it so much. And in the rain. Everything romantic happens in the rain. It's perfect.
What is the matter? It is your husband, Mom. You're saying he is dead. The Bow Street runners have questions.
Oh no. And of course our first thought is the money, which honestly it would be my first thought too. Cause like, if he's dead and they took all the money, what is she gonna do? Like, he literally just left them all penniless. How are they gonna survive? Like, that's wild.
If you do this, if we do this, then
nothing else will matter.
Yeah, because love conquers all. I'm so happy for them.
If there is to ever be a grander finish to a season than the one
Oh, baby girl.
To help you to find a reason every day to endure in the absence of your dear.
Oh, that was so sweet. I'm here to help you find a reason every day.
How did you do it? How did you endure 22 years of marriage without love?
You find things to love, my dear.
Maybe not your partner, but...
You're strong, Miss Thompson.
Yeah. God, that goes without saying.
Of course, there are other endings that will offer new beginnings.
If only they could just, like, at least be friends.
the Viscount is ready to find and declare his intentions. Did you hear that, Your Grace? And which young
Does it
lady?
matter? I finally determined the difficulty, love itself.
Wrong people to be preaching this to. They literally just declared their love for each other last night. Oh, Anthony. How you will learn.
Give my regards to Madame Delacroix.
Well, your regards will have to wait, though. Seems she's making a short trip back to France.
Oh, you're not going to say goodbye to her?
I did last night, if you must know. We went to a party together.
Oh.
No, please do not tell our sister that I left in the middle of the ball, either.
She's not worried about that, Benedict. She just realized that she knew nothing the whole time.
She cannot be.
And yet, there is no end.
Oh dear, indeed.
Perhaps I will come forward one day.
Though you must know, dear reader, that decision shall be left entirely up to me. Yours truly, Lady
Penelope! Lady Whistledown! I love this for her.
I shall need you to push, Your Grace.
So many people. Oh, they had a baby.
Congratulations, Your Graces. A boy.
Look at him. Proud papa.
You must think of the name.
Whatever it is, I believe it must begin with the letter A. We do have family traditions, do we not?
We certainly do, Your
Yes! The Bridgerton family traditions. Cause fuck that guy. Yay, Bridgertons! That was the end of season 1 of Bridgerton. I truly loved being able to sit down and rewatch this show like this, because I feel like I've watched it numerous times, but I feel like I always kind of have it on in the background, and it really allowed me to like sit with it and appreciate it like the way that I did when I first watched it. So like there are things that happened in the show that I've seen before that didn't like make me get choked up, that I didn't remember, like things that I just got to appreciate in a new way this time around, and I really liked that. I liked being able to kind of dissect it in a way where like I knew what happened, but I got to think about it differently. I had like a new perspective on it because of like things like Queen Charlotte, or you know, things that have come out in later seasons about like different things that have different meanings in the show. Like Bridgerton is such an intentional show. Like everything they do has a purpose and has a meaning. And so being able to like sit down and rewatch it this time, knowing what some of those things mean, was really fun, and I really liked it. We are going to be getting right into season 2. I remember much less of season 2 than I did from season 1. I've only watched season 2 like 3 times. I think I watched it twice the year that it came out, and then once like a little over a year ago now. So I really don't remember much from season 2. So I'm really excited to get into season 2 and to be able to kind of pay more attention to it and appreciate it a little bit more the way that I did with season 1. And I think one of the things that I really love about this show that I got to think about more was how complex all of the characters are. Like you have so many like strong, capable, independent women who are like forced to live in a time where they can't fend for themselves, where they can't do things for themselves, which is really like difficult, and so they have to make choices that maybe they're not super proud of, and like everyone is flawed, everyone is real, and I think it's so easy to relate to these characters because like no one's perfect. And it's okay that they're not perfect. It's okay that they're making mistakes and taking accountability for their actions and learning from them and growing as people. Like just throughout the span of 8 episodes, like you can see that growth and that change in all of these characters. And I think that that's really wonderful and really beautiful. And it's part of the reason why I fell in love with this show. I think sometimes as shows come out with new seasons and new stories, and like as things like change with the development of the show, you kind of forget why you loved it so much in the first place. Like everything gets like bigger and grander in the Bridgerton universe, and I love that. I think it's so fun. But I don't know, taking the time to go back to it, like where it all started and like the reason that I fell in love with it in the first place has been really fun. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me and watching Bridgerton season 1 with me. I had a good time. I hope you guys had a good time. I will leave the links to some of our previous Bridgerton reactions in the description down below, as well as all of my social medias if you want to follow me outside of here. And make sure you subscribe and stick around because we are going to be starting up very quickly with season 2 and then season 3. I hope you guys are all having a wonderful day wherever you are. I will see you all very soon when we start season 2 of Bridgerton. Bye.